Hi, I'm Hi. And before I continue, I just want to say thanks for watching, those of you who have watched. And if you would love to, if you would like to, or love to, or care to, please like and subscribe. I like my own videos because I worked on those videos. It takes it out of me to do those videos in a good way, though. You know, the creative process can be exhausting, and so can whatever it is that I do. I am trying to fuel my or put my creative juices in a good cocktail. I don't know where that came from. They're just starting to kick in. So yes, like and subscribe, please. I have really important things to say that everybody needs to hear. So um, we need to get that out, right? And of course, I'm looking off in the corner, and I think I'm gonna leave my earbuds in. You can't see him anyway, really. Should I take him out? I should take him out because I'm only hearing myself. I don't know, it just sounds different. It sounds like the screen version is going to be louder than it is. But see, now I'm taking it out and it's very different. I said I would never wear these around people, even though I love them, love them. Thanks again, Tim, for the recommendation. And then I saved up the money, even though I'm still in debt. I am paying off down my debt, trying to. But I saved my money because I was using this this phone for over a year after it started looking like this. It has been in the toilet. It's dropped on the floor, obviously. Um, yeah. And the only redeeming feature is that it has a picture of, can you see? Life with Louie. What is it? 1025. I have met him in person. He sat next to me on the train, and I loved him up, just like I do the baby girl. Can you see my hand shaking? Anyway, so I've been still using this to listen to music with my non-wireless earbuds for over a year until I could afford my current phone, for which I'm very grateful. But also, this was a phone that I had while I was on Medicaid and SNAP and had SNAP benefits. It's a two gummy night, and I'm going to try to keep it short. I thought I might try to do it like in parts. We'll see. We'll just see where the wind takes us. But yes, so now I don't have to carry two phones around anymore. As much as I love Louie, and you can follow him on Instagram, obviously, his ear does stick up like that. And he's about one of the friendliest dogs I've ever met. He's delightful. But yeah, I still keep it just because, even though it has no, you can't make a phone call on it. There's a lot you can't do it on anymore. But yeah, I decided to make another video tonight because I had made, for me, like 3 weeks worth, maybe 4 in 3 weeks, something like that, 4 weeks worth. And it was fun. And then I wasn't making them as, I had not backup, but I had episodes in line ready to go for a few weeks. And now I've got to and want to get out more videos. So the title of this episode is Leatherskin Pillbox Hat by Bob Dylan. And it's an outtake version that's on YouTube Music, which I will be, after my 30 days is up, I will be getting a yearly subscription to them. Really, folks, the little things you do, and I'm not saying that YouTube is perfect, but right now it's pretty amazing. You know, I have no budget whatsoever, and I can put out what I hope to be, and what most people do is put out quality, or at least trying to be quality, sincere, authentic content, like Trixie and Katya. Trixie, I so put out a vibe to my friends that I wanted your, this obviously isn't it, but your new pinball, or not pinball, but pinball is great too. But what was it? Oh, bowling pin one. That's my favorite one ever. Because as you see, and I was going to talk about my beauty routine in a bit, I have this old elf, well, not that old, a few years old, elf rose gold nude. Because I have hazel eyes, and those colors tend to make the green pop. And you see, when you stop shopping at Whole Foods and supporting Jeff Bezos on Amazon either, or what? I don't think that was right grammatically. But when you stop using Amazon and stop eating at Whole Foods, you lose, or I lost 25 plus pounds. And so apparently I didn't feel, I got this off of ThredUp, and it's Shane, which I would never shop at Shane. I don't shop anywhere, any physical store, as much as, clothing wise. So I'm going to have to get some shoes. And even then, I'm probably not going to go to the store, though I should, because my feet are so fucked up. I should try them on beforehand, but I don't have the energy to do that either. Anyway, getting off track. But your bowling pin, I would love some PR for my new makeup channel, which is called How Poor People Look Decent. With cheap but well made, and Trixie can vouch for it. This is how I found out about it, about how good Elf was through Trixie. Tracy. And so I've been using this, and I don't know if you can see Trixie. I have been using this. Where's my hand? So hard to see. It's the glare. Anyway, it's a shiny, like ivory, or like a creamy shiny light. And it's beautiful. Anyway, so I've been using it on the tops of my cheekbones, as I saw you doing recently, because you had a new, I'll take my face away like this now, because you have a new highlighter out that looks beautiful. And so I don't have a lot of makeup, but I'll show you what I wear. But anyway, I would love PR. Like, if my first PR could be her new palette collection, her new theme palette, because that's my favorite palette. And I want some pop on my face. That didn't sound right, but I want some more color in my eyes. I see, I see young people do it, but I also see women my age and older, especially with white hair, like pop a turquoise, or like a cobalt blue, or even a red or yellow. I think that's pretty cool. And so I'm never gonna do a thing now. Back when I was in high school, wearing makeup for the first time, I wore much more makeup because Clinique was in. My mother was into Clinique, and so even though that's where I found out I don't like foundation. I'm sorry, Clinique, and you're probably tested on animals anyway, and owned by everybody's owned. Anyway, I won't get off the makeup topic right now, but because my mother used Clinique, and so I use Clinique, even the toner, which makes absolutely no sense. I don't get toner. I think it's a lie. I think you've been lied to many times about the toner. And I I learned that from Clinique. Sorry, Clinty. But anyway, you probably test on animals, but you can always respond and let me know in the negative that you do not. Anyway, so until I get Trixie's PR, which is that new palette that I loved. It's so good. Oh God, listen to my voice. I sound about 85. Anyway, I've been using this, and also something that pissed me off, but is actually good, I think, in the long run, is my CVS used to carry Elf. Elf is vegan and cruelty free. I think it's always been vegan and cruelty free. And even their packaging has improved some too. They're making some strides too. But Trixie also stands them. That's probably like a 90s term that I'm just using today in 2025. But very little fallout. Listen to me. Very little fallout. That's a good thing. Because I do like some Pacifica, and I do wear the Pacifica. So, yeah. Pacifica Fluffy Blushy in Blush and Bash. I really don't like that movie. Anyway, and see, I told you, Trix, I am using every last little bit of it before I buy any more. Like I said, I'm going to manifest this PR. And then, so CVS doesn't carry Elf anymore. I don't know if it's because it gets stolen so much, but they hardly had anything on their display, and they were an end cap. So listen to me. This is how much retail I've worked. They're an end cap, so no like lock. I guess you could put anyway. It's a small store. You know how stores are all crammed in New York City. Yeah, I'm sure everybody is, but stores are crammed in New York City for the most part. Though Trader Joe's does a very good job. So I was like, shit, now what do I do? And I thought, well, I don't want to go to Sephora either. So I said, why don't I just go on Elf's website and buy from Elf? Now, like everybody else, they have a subscription. And I know for other people that works great. I have a poverty mindset. So it takes a lot for me to do a subscription. I don't wear a lot of makeup, and it takes a while. I use every last drop of it, as I have mentioned previously. I'm very frugal in that sense, and I just don't like to see waste. And I know because I make waste every day. We all do, and not just poop. Anyway, so I ordered just from Elf. What a novel idea. And that way all the profit goes to them instead of through Sephora or through CVS, which, anyway. Though, no, because I think Kimchi has a line at CVS now. Now, I have not seen it at my CVS, and probably because it would have to be under lock and key, or the entire display would be gone. Maybe at other CVSs in the city, but I've looked for it too since I heard. Me talking to the gals. Anyway, so I started using the sun touchables because I always wear sunscreen, and probably not enough. But this is 30. It's called Whoa Glow, and I like it because it's just a tinted moisturizer with sunscreen. And this one's called Sunlight. And I don't know if you remember me talking about this before, but anyway, this is very good. And so I've used this several times. As you can tell, this is being used right now. I can't remember where it's going at. Oh, and it even says, so it's sun protection and makeup primer. But for me, it's like tinted moisturizer. So, well, it is tinted moisturizer. I didn't even realize it was a primer because I don't put anything on it except blush and then a little bit of. But on the weekends, when I like to go even more, I mean, you're looking at this going, You have makeup on? You're lying. But I actually do. But on the weekends, ooh, that's really glowy. I decided to try this Suntouchables Invisible Sunscreen, and that's 35. And let's see, what else does it say on it? It blurs and primes. And I thought, hey, it doesn't even have any color, but it still says it blurs and primes. So I will try that. First of all, it smells. I know, I think even Trixie mentioned. I watched her latest PR. It was her PR haul. Hint, hint. And now shit, can't remember what I was going to do. It was something about primer. I think she really. Oh, about fragrance. And sometimes she likes. I think she's like sensitive to some of the scents. But this smells to me delightful, and it has the craziest but softest texture to it as you do this as you God damn it, not rub it, but pat it and mold it into your skin. And I have come to really love this. In fact, I would almost wear this every day. But today I have on that, the Woe Glow, which is the see, it says Bose primer, but that's got a tint, and this one doesn't. But oh no, this is the one I had on because it's Saturday. So this is the one I have on today. See, this is how great Elf is. And I know this isn't drag makeup, but I think Trixie might like this for around the house. She's got so much shit. And she's got her own, I'm not going to call her makeup line shit because I want that palette that I can't afford right now. But I want the pop. That's why I wore this sweater. Thank you, ThredUp. And thank you, losing 25 pounds, so that, I don't know, it just feels less tight. It was like, some people can wear tight sweaters, and that's great. I really don't like, I don't like tight. Because that usually means it's harder for me to take off, and my hands have been fucking killing me this week. Because now first it was my new medication. I'm going to start taking Orencia. If my healthcare insurance pays for it or covers it, which they've had a history of not covering. And then you have to appeal it. And meanwhile, I feel like my hands are broken, and yet I have to go to work every day, and do things like wash my hair and wash dishes and make food and pick up things and apply makeup and. Anyway, it's a process, and it's going to happen. I'm going to manifest that too. It's going to happen. Just like, and I love this color. This like, oh God, why can't I ever talk about greens? But you know what I'm talking about. That kind of fun green. I don't know if it's coming off more like moss green. Moss, my favorite character from IT. I've been binging on IT episodes because I need laughter in my life. And I love Moss. I actually love Richard Ayoade. And I hope I pronounced that right. I love the entire cast, but he is just, even though the other guy, see, I have his name for Moss. What's the other guy's fucking name? Chris O'Dowd. Is that it? The tall guy from Bridesmaids. He would seem to be more my type, and he is kind of my type. If I were ever going to date again, and if there was any conceivable way that we would meet. And without that happening, and there's no conceivable, well, I could put that, I can manifest that too, but God only knows what I would say. Oh, I love that song. I'm high, it's kicking in. Anyway, so I love those, and I know Trixie loves this one. This is the e.l.f. Well, I don't know if she uses the matte or hydrating, but this is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. And I got this in what color? Fair Rose. Now it's interesting because I was using a peachier one first, and I just have really dark circles under my eyes. Life's been hard. So I've always had really dark circles under my eyes. Well, plus I've been sick all of my life and not known it. I mean, known it, but not been treated properly for it. So this is the best stuff ever. So thank you, Trixie. And I took that on Trixie's recommendation from one of her makeup shows that I just love. I love when it's just her. She's doing these shows with like, though I was very jazzed to hear that they have, were they mentioning this? It must have been in the last Ball and the Beautiful that they were either that or I like to watch. I guess it was Ball and the Beautiful, where they were mentioning doing fun new stuff, like maybe a Zoom with their fans. I think they're hearing me. I think they're hearing me. So the Zoom call between Trixie, Katya, and me, and I. Is it I? I think it's me. I'm only a 3-time English major dropout, so I should know, but I'm high too. Anyway, highly, highly, highly recommend. And I bought this like 2 months ago, thinking I was going to run out soon. That's how much. I'm not going to show you the one that I'm still using. I am going to use it. Of course, it's kind of like they make it diabolically impossible to get all of it out, but I'll use these fuckers out. Anyway, so that's what I use for my face. And like I said, I'm using just the one without color today. Though I do have the blushy on, and I have the eyes and the highlight. And I have I don't really recommend this. It doesn't have any staying power. It is vegan, so if there's nothing else. Plus, I also wear a mask. And, yeah, I wear a mask. And so I don't really need a tinted moisturizer, but it was, or tinted lip glue. But I was desperate, and it was the only one marked vegan, so anyway. And then, as far as any other, like, health, or, I mean, beauty type products, or not really beauty, but, like, keeping your pits okay. And I'm trying to be more, like, I only shop at Trader Joe's now, so I'm trying to find which products of theirs, they're, like, beauty products or whatever, are vegan. And they're Trader Joe's, because it would be Trader Joe's since it's sold at Trader Joe's. This unscented deodorant is good. I like it. Now, it's not completely compostable. If it is, I think this part is compostable. It does have some plastic wrap, clear plastic wrap around it. But $4.99 and it lasts a long time. Now, I love scent too, but I was willing. I'm saving my P's and Q's. I know that didn't make sense, but this is really good. Yes, I'm only wearing deodorant, but I also eat well, and I really think not that my pits don't stink after after 24 hours maybe or more. Well, there are some weekends I don't take a shower all weekend, and then it can go well, especially in the summertime. But in the wintertime, anyway, I really enjoy that. Plus, sometimes I'll dab on some essential oils, which I'm perilously low on, and I'm trying to find a good, ethical, maybe even local company, depending on the cause, because when you put ethical, it's just me, the fact that we have unethical products. You ever think about that? And how much cheaper they are, and why that is. But the thing is, so I would love to go. There are some plain products is pretty much zero waste You recycle the, well, except for the pumpies on the bottles, but you get a subscription, or can get a subscription, and they have body wash and hair care and other things, and it's wonderful. But both of my, I've used their face cleanser, which smells delightful, and I've used their deep conditioner, which smells wonderful, and their gel, their hair gel, which I always put too much on, but if I put the right amount on, it still looks good because it gives kind of a gloss to it. It smells delightful. The only problem is for me is like all three pumps now don't pump. I can't get them to pump. And so every time I use them, I have to take the pump. And, I have Ari in my hands too. So trying to figure it out why all of a sudden, what did I do? What did I do to make this not happen? But it could be the pump's fault. But other than that, they're an incredible company. It's just costly, and I have issues with the pumps. So if I am having to get new pumps because the pumps aren't working, then it's not. It's still a wonderful product, and if you have the funds for it, it's a wonderful company. They do much, 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 much good. So I'm not digging. I'm not like leaving them or ribbing them in any way, shape, or form. It's just that's been my personal experience, is why I have not purchased more from them. And no, I haven't said it to them yet, or if I will, but maybe I will. I don't know. Anyway, but so Trader Joe's, the deodorant I liked, and I had to get this. I usually use oils in the wintertime, but they eat up your towels. Well, what you're supposed to do is like blot yourself dry and then put on the oil. But sometimes I don't know. It's still, the residue still gets on the towel somehow, and so I decided to try this because it actually, and that's my other issue with Trader Joe's, is if it's vegan, please. I mean, I'm still going to look at the ingredients, but it'd be really helpful if you always put vegan, especially on beauty products. There's so many, like the beauty products that I'm about to show. This is very good. It smells delightful. Um, it's a and it's thick enough for wintertime, and it's, like I said, it smells good, and it'll be easy for me to get every bit of it out. It's a little hard, but everything is hard for me to open. But this, actually, I would rather have this and just the finger than because my wrists are also shit too. Anyway, and then I just got this because I'm over 50 and I had a great serum. I told you about that. It was In Beauty's, I forget what it's called, but if you look up In Beauty, they have a wonderful one. But with a hyaluronic acid. Little old lady in the shoe. Is that what it's called? Little old lady in the shoe? Well, that would be cute. Cute. And I won't even copyright it. You're free to use that. But I decided to try their retinol night serum. I'm not going to try to pronounce the name of that seed oil. You will have seen it before. And I will mix it in because I just use, this other product. I decided to try it because, first of all, Trader, it's just an oil. And I thought, they make the bottle so pretty. See how it goes from light to dark. I thought that was really cool. And it does have a glass bottle, which is, because I can reuse these. I absolutely can. So I like having these around because I can use them. Like I said, in the wintertime, I will moisturize my hands with oil. Now, having said that, it works fine, but after I'm done with it, I'm just going to put my, I got to get some more sesame seed oil. Is that the one I was using? Yeah, sesame oil. But I can find, or coconut oil. Though I'd rather use like sesame oil, but coconut oil works too. But it's the the solid is hard for me to get down into the. Now, if it hit the solid like that, where you know what I'm saying, but the deep, the deep receptacle, it's hard for me to get to all until it turns summer, and then it melts because of the heat. So if I'm just, I use what I'll use the part I can until my hand doesn't fit anymore. It hurts too much, and then I'll just save it until summertime. It's not a bad idea. And then I'll just like use uh, body butter in between. Anyway, but it works fine, and sometimes I'll mix these together and just put it on, even though they said do one before. And I rub them. I do what I want. It's my face, and I think I like my face. Having said that, so yeah, that's what that's all that I'm wearing today. Ooh, babe. Yeah. I don't know if you can see the little sparklies. Oh, yeah, see right there. I got sparklies, Trix. Anyway, uh, I don't know if anyone would be interested in that, but I'll link the stuff down in the bio or in the description. I think it's the description. Yeah, I'd say I've been noticing that more and more people are, especially women, though I'm sure there are men out there, but I just tend to see women more getting into like mending their own clothing, thrifting all of their clothing, and like as many like household items, and then also those who, baby girl, I see you and I love you. Oh, she's got to zoom. Oh, she'll come back in here. I was hoping she'd come in here. Her mom's out, so. Oh my goodness, she's got the zoomies because she just meowed again. Did you hear her caterwaul? Baby girl! Boom, boom. Anyway, I that gives me hope because I feel really bad because I see you, baby girl, and you get, oh no, here she comes. What are you doing, baby girl? Are you going to make an appearance? Because both my mother and her mother were seamstresses, and I know I mentioned this before too. What the heck are you doing? Here, I'll move up. How's this? I'll move up. Oh, and by the way, I'm also taking these tonight. They're lovely. I enjoy them very much. Thank you, Housing Works, as always. Thank you, Alpha Hours, for both non-sponsoring this. I did say non-sponsoring this, but I love the products, and I feel more creative already. Um, so anyway, I've been seeing an uptick. Can you make it over here? Can you make it? You can do anything. You're a wildcat. Baby girl's here and says hello. Right? I know. It's only because mommy's not home. But that's okay. I'll take it. Ooh, this shirt looks really good. I'm so glad I refound this or uncovered it under a pile of clothes that I was going to discard because I didn't love the way they fit. I mean, this was tie-dye, and now I could fly. That scene from Titanic. Mm, mm, mm. Anyway, so I've been really jazzed to see that, and like people growing their own food. If they're lucky enough to have a balcony in the city or even a window space, and just thrifting everything, and like now I'm never going to get on Facebook again, even for Facebook Marketplace. I'm just not going to do it. No. But I don't need that much. And actually, can I just tell you something? I have been looking for like slippers on ThreadUp, and there's just not. They don't have what's on offer is not really slipper. It's not unless I put in like Uggs or whatever. And I would wear used Uggs because I would not purchase Uggs new. but I would wear used. Uh, but I don't know how much they could like conform to the person's foot, so they may not feel as good on. Somebody was telling me that about Birkenstocks. I'd always wanted a pair of Birkenstocks, but again, she or he or they, I can't remember who it was, said that that hurts like hell until your feet like mold to it. I don't need any more foot pain. Now, I have used Earth shoes before. I have purchased from Earth shoes because they have a lot of wide length or wide width, and which is what I need. And they also have like this technology where the heel to give you better posture. Look it up on their. I will put the link down below if I remember. And I'm gonna see if I can see what their selection is like now because I'm gonna pay, as much as I wear thread up. These earrings my roommate gave to me. She's going through her earring collection, so these were free. This is the only thing, and I paid cost for this. I did not, which was like over 50% less. Is that right or under? It it was less than half. I paid less than half of what they were asking for. And I do get many compliments on this ring, and I like it because it reminds me of me kind of. It kind of reminds me of when I made out with Kenny Lumpkin, my senior year of high school after the musical. We were having the cast party, and he was just he had the shade. Look up '80s punk guy, and you'll see that'll be Kenny Lumpkin. He wore all black. He had either inverted mohawk or a mohawk, blonde hair. But for some reason that night, I'm sure it was alcohol juice. But I mean, I was 17. I'm sure I was horny as hell. I hadn't had sex yet, and you know, he didn't look like everybody else at school, and he was hot. I thought he was hot. On that night, on the staircase landing to the basement of some person's basement where this party took place. It may have been my. I can't remember. I wouldn't have done that. Would I have done? I don't think I would have done that. It must have been somebody else's. My parents didn't go out that much for me to do that. It must have been somebody else's house. But yeah, we made out, and it was like an '80s movie with Molly Ringwald and whoever the guy would be. In this case, hot punk guy. And he seemed like sincere about it. He seemed like this was him. Because it's not like he was like acting punk. He just, I don't know. It seemed authentic to me. And he didn't seem least bit, though he seemed quiet to me. A poetic punk. We'll never know where that night could have taken us. But that was one of the best makeup sessions I've ever had. Was on that basement stairwell as everybody else was down below. I mean, come on, that's such a teen movie trope. It's a trope because we've all done it. Oh, Kenny, what do you have to do here? Of course, he's only 3 years younger than me now. Things are going to look a lot different. Who knows? He could be as hot as, who was it? Trixie gooning over Billy Idol. I love Billy Idol. I grew up on Billy Idol, and he was hot. He's not hot to me now, like, who was I saying? Oh, David Gilmour. He was hot to me then. And even, with the gut and being, 70, whatever. I think he's married. Anyway, whatever. Doesn't matter. We don't stand a chance. But, where was I going with that? Yeah. Unlike that, where I would take David Gilmour then and now. I do not feel the same way about. Anyway, oh, Billy Idol, circular economy, sacred economy, gift economy. This is what we. This is what we need. Can I just? I'm still reading Charles Eisenstein's Ascent of Humanity. It's so good. I have the physical version at home, um, but I've been reading it online at work during my breaks, and I just wanted to read for these times, especially. I mean, it's very. I don't want to say the word prophetic. I mean, people have been saying this for a while now, not just him, because this is like from the teens, like 2014, 15, 16. And it's sad to say that that's been 10 years already, or more, 10 or more plus years that people have been saying these things. And yet, anyway, I just wanted to read, I highlighted some sections from getting towards the end of the book. And then I'm so excited because I asked my library if they would order a new copy of his The More Beautiful World Our Hearts Know Is Possible. And not only did they order it, but they placed it on hold for me. And so I have a copy of it to read. And I can't wait to get to it. And that doesn't mean I want to rush through. You can't rush through a Charles Eisenstein book. But look how beautiful it is. And it's also an ebook. And of course, you can read on his, if you have Libby and if your library system carries that. Anyway, you can also read his books on his website for free, and you can pay what you can. I do believe, I do believe that you can pay what you can also. Though I would love one day to own all of his books and be able to pay the full price because he just. Anyway, I'm just going to read a little bit because it's been some kind of times now. But this is from The Ascent of Humanity. And let me see, this is what chapter. The Convergence of Crises. And of course, that's where we are. And so this is why I highlighted a lot of stuff in this. Convergence of Crises. And he talks about this. So this is him from that book. So, quote, the present convergence of crises was written into the future thousands of years ago. It is the inevitable culmination of the separation that began in the deep past and that once initiated could do no other than to build upon itself. From the very moment we began to see ourselves as a part in nature, our doom was sealed. And that is so how I feel. That really, that really moved me because that's how I feel. And then here's another quote: "Metaphors through the centuries, the plagues of locusts symbolizing the ecology gyrating out of balance, plagues of boils symbolizing again these are his quotes, symbolizing the diseases we have brought upon ourselves, wars and rumors of wars, the whore of Babylon, representing the commoditization of sexuality, but also the prostituting of the sacred in general. In these myths, he says later, notably these world-ending myths, had also in common that the ending is not of the world per se, but of the world as we know it. I'm high, man. This stuff is really. He also says later, the hell we have created, and he capitalizes hell. As he, I mean, I guess, because whatever, I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, the hell we have created originated in the program to objectify and control nature. So these white nationalist Christians who say, you know, God created heaven and hell, and you did, and it's hell on earth, and you did that, you preach that, and you certainly don't live it. Anyway, right, JD Vance? Anyway, here's another quote. It is, that really spoke to me. It is an inevitable future. Yes. No. And this is 10 years ago or more that he's saying this. But also, paradoxically, one that we have the power to postpone indefinitely to the day when every last vestige of beauty is consumed. And I feel like you know, that was 10 years ago. And look at us. We're living in a totalitarian ism. Have they gotten totally to ism, or it's esque? You know, oligarchy. I know, shit's bad. It's really bad. And they don't care. They have only short-term interests. They don't care about the future, which means they don't care about their own family's future. You know, they have kids. You know, a lot of these people have kids, and they don't care that they're destroying their home and then their future. Anyway, this is the last one, and it's a little longer. Again, it's from that convergence of crises, which I really do believe we're definitely at. So this is the last quote. The promised recovery of a long lost golden age reverberates through countless myths. The harp chord it strikes has inspired visionaries and idealists from time immemorial. So see, this has been going on, right? And explains the unquenchable hope that springs, as the saying goes, eternal from the human breast. Who didn't hear, like, Julius Caesar? I'll tell you about that. As well, it fuels a healthy discontent, the flip side of modern anxiety. And wow, that really resonates with me. It refuses to believe that this is the best we can do. It is an indignation, a muted outrage that can be allayed temporarily by comforts and luxuries, by survival anxiety that is always strongest in the young, and that lies latent in all of us, ever ready to be roused into a crusading idealism, though often co-opted toward the perpetuation of the very conditions that give it rise. And then he says, it is my purpose, dear reader, to give voice to your indignation and to reaffirm your intuitive knowledge that life is meant to be long. The future in love with life, which encompasses the love of being alive, as well as the love of living beings. That was the last one. You know, I'm trying to transcend while still fighting. His books kind of help me do that. And so I'm grateful for those. And I can't wait to get to the other one, but this one, because he's getting into the juicy part. You know. Anyway, let's see, what time is it? Oh, okay. So I'm going to wrap this one up. I think I got some of my, oh, I almost forgot my tea. My Greenwich Green from the tea shop that's linked down below. Mm. God damn, that's good. I love animals. I'll just, how does somebody's eyelash? Do I have oily eyelashes? Because I don't wear, I've also decided not to. See, right there. You can't see it. But do I have oily eyelashes or something that flicker across my glasses and do that and put a smudge there? Am I the only person that happens to? Anyway, yeah. I was going to do another, and I will do another part later, but I don't want this to go any. I want to nip this in the bud. Oh, and I had to say this real fast too. Thank you, Trixie and Katya. And I know this is it sounds like such an ass kissing show, but thanks to you, especially because Trixie does a makeup show. Now Katya did a makeup show, and I love when she did the collab with Trixie. The two of them, together, like peas and mashed potatoes. No Trixie is mashed potatoes. I know you'd appreciate that, right? It's pretty good read. Anyway, so thank you for inspiring me to. I know to you, you're like, girl, there's no makeup on your face, but I'm using, and I'm being resourceful because I'm poor, and I'm using silvery glittery eyeshadow as a highlighter, and that's because of you. So thank you, girls, and I'm holding that up. And I'll have I don't want to say that. I'll have another video out soon. I haven't even said goodbye to this one. I'm high. I think I may watch. I had to go out and run some errands today. I'll keep it very quick. But it's madness out there because apparently one Halloween night is not enough in this town. I've seen more costumes today than I saw yesterday. And there are just far too many people outside. It's been it's I don't advise going out there. It's just not my scene. Um, I mean, I was young once too, and I did crazy shit too. Not that crazy, but I did shit too. So thank God I'm not young anymore. You guys are exhausting. It's exhausting just watching you. And plus, I feel bad for you because you're being left such a shitty outlook on this life. Seriously, things are not going to be good for a while until we revolt. Seriously, there has to be a revolution. I think he even talks about that in the book about her book. Oh no! It was that IG story I had from Chris Hedges that one of two things has to happen. And I can't remember the other one, but it was bad. But the other one was revolution. And I'm all for it. A peaceful revolution. But that's entirely possible. If we all just say, listen, we're the majority. We got each other's backs. And you can't survive without us. Just stop working. Just don't show up for one day. Don't show up for one day. I know it's hard. Listen, I live paycheck to paycheck. And I have been homeless and I have, had money issues and debt. And so I know it's, God damn, I can't remember where I was going with this. Anyway, I feel your pain. And since I can't remember, God damn, what was I talking about? And I wanted to end this, and yet I went on another tangent because of my creativity gummies. blame the gummies for making me creative and blurt stuff out that could be a diamond in the rough. And now I'm going to end this, and I got my hand on the thing as always. I love the sweater and the earrings together, and it's very soft. Again, thread up, thanks to you and your non-sponsorship too. But I'm so glad that I discovered that I had uh, procrastinated so much that I had not donated this sweater or whatever, passed it along. Because now it fits perfectly and it's really soft. And I know it's a terrible product. It's made of microplastics and everything. But it's used microplastics. So I'd rather somebody wear it than just sit in the landfill. Right? And on that, I'm going to now put my hand on it. I have to stop. See, I can't stop. Good night. Peace out. There's my hand.